How's it going, guys? I hope you guys are having an amazing Thursday. I am so excited to do this review of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 11. I think this is episode 7. So, Ariel Versace has just been eliminated, and I'm still kind of shocked about that elimination. The girls walk into the workroom, and immediately Evie and Vanjie get into a war of words, and Evie tells Vanjie that you've been getting the same critique for the past few weeks, that she's been wearing the same silhouette. And so Vanjie is very defensive about this, and she kind of like feels as if Evie is attacking her and her drag. And so Evie is telling her, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you have a lot of resources to use at your disposal. You can use the fabric wall, you can use the sewing machines, you can use the scissors to create new garments to accentuate your current drag. And then someone, I forget who said, but someone said that I think it was Akeira, that it's difficult to change up your looks if you don't have the talent to actually sew a completely new garment to accentuate your looks. And so Vanjie and Evie are left still kind of like hurting from the conversation. So we go into a new day into the workroom, and Connie Love, who is I believe an LA queen, who I first discovered or learned about Connie during Alaska 5000's video, This Is My Hair, I believe. And Connie makes a guest appearance and is more of a kind of like campy comedic queen, known for her kind of like non-conformity to LA drag. LA drag is very kind of like fishy, passable drag, and Connie is the complete opposite. Connie gives you kind of like gender queer, gender fluid, in your face, going to give you kind of like something very different, a more masculine type look. And so Connie introduces the mini challenge, which the queens have to get physical for a workout challenge. And I loved it. I kind of like love the mini challenges because you see who are the competitors and who have been kind of like learning from the previous weeks and incorporate that into the mini challenge. And basically with the mini challenges, you have to kind of like impress Ru and stand out from the crowd. And so Akeira and Plastique are the winners of the mini challenge, and they get to pick their teams for the Draglympics. And so Akeira gets Brooklyn, Silky, Evie, and Sugar. Plastique gets Rajah, Vanjie, Nina, and Scarlet. And so we learned that the teams will be coached by Travis Wall, who is a choreographer, and Adam Rippon, who's the Olympic figure skater. And so Team Akeira, they are the first to be coached by Travis Wall, and they do very well for the group. I love Rajah and what she gives during the choreo. Silky is like always over the top, and I love her confidence and her knowing that she can deliver for a performance, even though if it was kind of like rusty and shaky during the session. And the people that were kind of like struggling were Evie's condition kind of like got the best of her, and she woke up feeling very sore that morning. She didn't want to be babied, as she said, and she didn't want to bring attention to how she was feeling, so she just pressed on. And I really love that about Evie, that she is committed And later on, we learn that she knows that in the future, she won't be able to do the drag that she is currently doing. It's very physical. She does a lot of kicks and flips and spins, and she might have to be in a wheelchair in the latter part of her drag career. And that made me really love her more, that no matter what her physical condition is, she will still do drag. And I think that's an important message for drag queens of all abilities. And then we have Team Plastique, who they are very shaky. Scarlett and Nina struggle during the choreo. Scarlett much more than Nina. Nina will always get by her comedy skills, and her face will just deliver all of the emotion that the audience needs. Vanjie, Rajah, Plastique, they do very well. And so we get to the main stage. Rue looks so good. This is probably one of the better looks of the past few weeks. Rue's hair looks great. Rue looks like an Oscar statue for tonight's episode. It's a body-hugging gold outfit. I really don't know what the material was. I was thinking maybe it's gold. It's metallic gold, but it's very lightweight, and so it wasn't heavy. So I really wasn't sure what the material was. Like it's not foil, because foil would be more crinkled, and this was very shimmery, shiny material. And so if anyone watching this knows what type of material that is, please leave a comment below. But Rue looked fantastic. And so for the Draglympics, there are 3 categories, which are fanography, voguing, and shablamming. And each team and each individual on the team has to really showcase those different compulsory events that the judges are looking for. Event is not the right word, but those 3 categories is the right word. Team Akeira worked well together. I only saw one mishap, and it was minor, where Evie did not hit her flip. And I think that she said that she hit her heel and kind of like rolled her ankle, and then you could kind of see it, but she afterwards was able to recover, so you didn't see that she was injured in any type of way. On that particular team, Akeira, Silky, and Brooklyn looked good. Akeira had this full-bodied wig that reminded me of Miss Cracker. I loved it. I hope she continues to wear these kind of like large southern drag wigs. Their routine was polished, and everyone's solos looked great. For the solos, Brooklyn did kind of like pirouetting, classic ballet moves. Silky gave batons, and I love that. And Akeira did this kind of like really cute number that was a lot of like twerking and bucking, as Pheromone would say. So I really liked them. Then we had Team Plastique. In the beginning, they had kind of like this more advanced routine. And when it started, Vanjie was in the lead, and she really didn't look confident, and I thought she looked very nervous and kind of like struggled in the beginning. Mid-routine, Scarlett tripped, and you could just read on her face that she was just so disappointed in herself, but she recovered and went on with the routine and actually sold kind of like a great performance towards the end. But my eyes stayed on Rajah and Vanjie. Vanjie sold it with the shablams. I think she did like 3 in the whole routine. But actually, I thought Rajah looked beautiful, and my eye stayed on her. And I was shocked to find out that the judges, particularly Travis Wall, said that she kind of like faded in the background. And I think Michelle also said that she lost Rajah in the performance. And so the runway is all that glitters, and I will kind of like give my thoughts on the best looks. So first we have Akeira. She's in a southern pageant gown, beads and crystals and gold medal pieces cover every inch of the gown. And at the bottom, it looks like there were feathers, but they were spray painted gold. It looked so beautiful. And she's wearing this kind of like beautiful southern pageant Sunday church lady wig that looks so good. It was a complete look, and it was a total toot. Then we have Brooklyn. Brooklyn is wearing this kind of like gold lame, old Hollywood type gown that is body hugging, and she has kind of like one of those vintage cigarette holders, and she's wearing a gold lame head wrap with this kind of like huge crystal piece in the middle, and then to kind of like accent the gown, there's this kind of like matching crystal kind of like cincher on the side of her gown, and then she has this kind of like really cool 3-layered white boa. I thought it all worked well together. Plastique, it was a lot going on with her look, but it did stand out from the other contestants. And so she had on this kind of like gold bustier with a kind of like a matching skirt piece with these feathered wings, and then a really cool headpiece that I couldn't tell if she was kind of like wearing a gold short wig, or the wig was attached to the headpiece. I couldn't tell, and the makeup was flawless as usual. Everyone else was a boot. Evie, Sugar, Rajah, Vanjie, Nina, Starlet were all boots. Sugar really faded in the background in this episode. She did not stand out at all, and she was lucky that she was on the winning team. Her outfit looked horrible. It looked like that kind of like that material that has been overdone on the runway. I think Eureka wore a similar bodysuit in season 10, where it's that material that when you touch it, it kind of like slightly changes a deeper color. So it's in the same kind of like family of the original color, and she had these really cool like indigo feathers in like a headpiece and on the shoulders. That part was cool, but the rest of it was a boot. She needed to be cinched more. The material just looked really cheap. Starlet needed more. She was wearing kind of like a really cool gown that was very drapey on her body, very romantic, but just something was missing. Like maybe she needed like another layer of the material, but just something felt like it was missing. Evie needed editing. I think maybe the stockings needed to go because they were very distracting from the complete outfit. They were black stockings with holes, with this really cool kind of like top piece that was very drapey. Maybe it was kind of like the headpiece that she had on. It looked very kind of like anime steampunk-esque. And she called herself kind of like an anime drug lord. But maybe in her wig it was kind of like short, dark wig. Maybe the wig needs to be blonde, but it wasn't a cohesive look. And so I wasn't getting one story, I was getting multiple stories. Nina's outfit looked like it came from Party City. I did not like it at all. It was giving me a Viking reference, which a Viking reference could be cool, but it just looked really cheap. And she's been wearing a lot of costumes on the runway. Some have worked, some have not. Vanjie was wearing a swimsuit. It looked like Vanjie had taken Plastique's Playboy bunny outfit, dumped a bunch of like gold glitter on it, and just put it on. Very basic. I was very surprised from the outfit. Vanjie really had a year to collect outfits because she knew she was going to be on season 11. And so I was really surprised that that was her all that glitters look. It was a swimsuit. So I was really disappointed. So Team Akeira wins the challenge, which was well deserved, and so all of them are safe. So Team Plastique, they're all up for elimination, and so Rajah and Starlet are in the bottom. Oh, I just kind of like skipped a major part. So RuPaul asked the contestants all who should go home. They go down the line, and everyone says Starlet should go home. And then Starlet says that Rajah should go home. So Rue basically tells Plastique that she's safe. She tells Vanjie that she's safe, and Michelle says that you need to like step it up and now. And Nina is safe. So we have Rajah and Starlet in the bottom, and they perform to Donna Summer, Last Dance. I love Donna Summer. My favorite Donna Summer song is Sunset People. If you have not heard that song, listen to it. It is my all-time Donna Summer favorite track. And I also loved when Selena did the Donna Summer melody at one of her concerts, and it's one of the concerts that's featured in the Selena movie that Jennifer Lopez acts in. And just Donna Summer is just like classic 70s disco. And so I loved it. I don't know if this is the first Donna Summer song that has been featured on Drag Race, but I loved it. And so immediately I think that Starlet is not going to do well. And so I'm shocked because Starlet is really emoting and delivering the nuances of this song and just selling the hell out of it. And so that was so delicious to watch. It's like the underdog becoming the top dog. And so, but Rajah just looks so beautiful. And so it was a pleasure to watch both of them giving their own interpretation of the song. And so when the song becomes upbeat, I was gagging. And so Starlet gives us all an us moment and pulls out these gold shears from her bra and starts cutting her gown to reveal a pantsuit underneath. She has on these bell bottoms underneath and just starts really giving the song the energy that it deserves. And her and Rajah are just a delight to watch. And I loved every minute of it. And unexpectedly, Starlet kind of like reaches into her bra again and throws out gold glitter confetti, which was so it's so beautiful under the lights. I think it like kind of like amplified the amount of glitter because there was a lot of it. And the editing for this was kind of like weird because at one point Rajah jumps down on the lower stage with RuPaul hates that, by the way. Like that was outlawed the season with what's her name? India Farah and Jesus Christ, what's her name? Mimi I'm First. When Mimi I'm First picked up India Farah, RuPaul outlawed jumping down on the lower stage. But I think it was more relaxed when Kennedy Davenport battled. Jesus Christ, there's so many of them. Who did she battle? She battled Katya, and with Katy Perry's Roar, when Kennedy jumped down onto the stage, I think into a full split, Ru was gagging, all of us were gagging too, and I think she kind of like relaxed that rule, but typically RuPaul doesn't like people jumping down on that lower stage. So Rajah jumps down, but we don't see that part. We see her kind of like climbing up on the stage, which was kind of like really weird. Towards the latter part of the performance, the camera is more on Starlet, and so we see more of her. And so it builds this dramatic moment when the song ends and RuPaul says, "Shantae, you stay," to Rajah. And so I thought it was going to be a double Shantae, and it's not. Starlet is sent home. And then I was scratching my head, but then I remembered that all of the girls stated that Starlet should go home. And so Ru went off of that decision and that decision alone. Even though it was sad to see Starlet go home, someone has to go home. And so it was really sad. And so I haven't watched Untucked, but after I upload this video, I will watch it just to see kind of like the interactions between the girls. And so this is the end of the review. Please let me know your thoughts. Do you think that Rajah should have went home after that amazing lip sync? What did you think about the back and forth between Evie and Vanjie? Who do you think did the worst in terms of the main challenge? As always, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I love you all. Besos.